if I'm not mistaken, Lamont, I think I read something that he reached out to Lomachenko's side and see if they were interested. Did you read that also? Did you see that?
But you can't believe everything you see.
Shannon Sharpe recently took aim at Gervonta Tank Davis, criticizing him after rumors surfaced that he might back out of a rematch with Lamont Roach. Instead, Davis is reportedly considering a fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. Sharpe questioned whether Davis is truly committed to facing Roach again, or if he's looking for an easier option. This has sparked a lot of debate among boxing fans.
Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division because we needed somebody.
Okay.
Let's be real. So now we got a new person, thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet. Cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Davis believes a fight between him and Lamont Roach will be one of the most exciting in the lightweight division. He respects Roach for standing toe-to-toe with him, acknowledging that Roach was able to take on one of the hardest punchers in the division. Davis is confident that they would deliver a thrilling fight. Put me up against him. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to fight, Davis said. He emphasized that he fears no one and sees this fight as a big opportunity. While others are focused on bigger matchups, he added, let Shakur and Tank fight, but let me face Lamont.
Like, I just think Lamont was just better than what everybody was expecting him to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lamont can really fight. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying that, but I also been saying that I thought Tank was gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So he proved me wrong. That, like I said, he better than what we made him out to be. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think like Tank got exposed or nothing like that. I feel like Tank overall, like the bigger picture, he just wasn't focused for real. He, doing a lot of arguing in the ring and just a lot of stuff that wasn't like, he wasn't just focused. He wasn't all the way locked in the ring. You heard him say something like, it's a lot of things going on outside the ring that he was leading up to the fight, and shit, that's natural, you know what I'm saying? It's normal. Shit, I was going through the same thing with this last fight, you know, so I just feel like he just wasn't.
Davis admits that he might not have been fully focused during his first fight with Lamont Roach, but still gives Roach credit for being a great fighter in the lightweight division. He believes that Roach's performance in their first encounter proved that Roach belongs at the top level of boxing and deserves bigger fights.
Especially knowing what has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the D.C. area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career. So having said that, you don't want to start too fast. You want to measure your pressure and bring it out because you know already what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that you know you'll bring the bitch out of him as the fight wears on. And you kind of started seeing that. Gervonta fouling. There's an interpretation that he was trying to bite at one time. I don't really see it. I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying he was trying to bite at one time.
Shoulder strike.
Then the taking
all right. So
knee and whatnot.
You're saying he has to start that earlier.
But here's the thing, if you started earlier, you're still dealing with a physically talented. Gervonta Davis is mentally weak, but he's physically talented. So the way you get a front runner is you drag him to the late rounds.
Paulie Malignaggi has brought up a long-standing rumor about Davis, suggesting that he may be mentally weak. He argues that Davis is often matched up against heavy underdogs because he struggles under pressure. Malignaggi believes that Lamont Roach, who knows Davis well from their amateur days, might be the one to expose these weaknesses. He also pointed out that Davis's limited competition has kept this perception hidden from the public. Malignaggi's comments raised doubts about Davis's toughness, implying that his team carefully select opponents to protect him from serious challenges.
Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. A lot of people, most people, pissed all over. It's a shitty fight. He should be fighting this guy. He should be fighting that guy. Who the heck is Lamont Roach? He's a guy coming up in weight, blah, 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 blah. You can go and listen to any number of my comments about it or whatever. I said from day one, stop that. This is a legit fight. This is a solid fight. You may not know much about Lamont Roach, but he's a very good, a very skilled fighter. He's got a lot of dog in him. He knows Tank really well from the amateurs. They fought 2 times, not like he won, but he knows them. He's been around them. They sparred together. He was coached by Tank Davis was coached for a little while by Roach's.
Boxing analyst Dan Raphael has shared his thoughts on the potential rematch between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach Jr. He believes the rematch will likely end the same way as their first fight, but with even more tension surrounding it. The controversy from their initial encounter has made the rematch even more exciting for fans.
And I would imagine that whatever happens in the rematch will be similar. So yeah, I think the fight's going to happen in the summer. I think it's going to be a much bigger fight than the first one, and I am very much looking forward to seeing them do it again. And to see Tank not take a timeout in the middle of a round and take a knee after he gets hit with a jab, and the referee roll over like a dog and allow it. Not allowed in boxing.
In the immediate aftermath of the fight, Dan, I was asking people, is that fight now one which you take back to Washington, take it back to kind of where they both came through? Is it now just even bigger than that, though, with no respect to that area? But when you talk about the records they broke going to the Barclays Center, do you think they need to kind of emulate that and push it further, or can it go back to Washington and make it that big in-house fight there?
Well, I mean, the people I've been talking to about this who are involved in, putting it all together, number one, they got to figure out what arenas are available and match it up with the dates and everything. But as I am told, and again, nothing is done yet on this at all, but they're looking about either doing it in Las Vegas or doing it in the DMV district, Maryland, Virginia is what that stands for, which is the home area of both guys. When Tank fought in the Capital One Arena, which is the big arena in the downtown Washington, D.C., where the professional basketball team plays, where the professional ice hockey team plays, where they have the big concerts and where there's lots of college basketball. Tank has the biggest gate in the history of the building. That building's been open for over 20 years. That's where, Mike Tyson fought Kevin McBride in his last fight before coming back to fight Jake Paul, some 20 years later. It's a big time arena, and they broke the record for gate. Also, coincidentally, a Rolling Stones concert was well over $5 million. A Tank fight against Roach, who was also from Washington. Tank's from Baltimore. It's about an hour away by car. So they've got all their fan base here. And that would be a much bigger fight than the Hector Luis Garcia fight, which is the Tank fight that broke the record. Now, Roach, he had his only title defense at 130, did it in Washington, in a small arena, but they did a good crowd there. He's got his own fan base here. He's got some element of popularity, and I guarantee you, and I live in the area, so I'm pretty well versed in the, in the DC, Baltimore sort of box.
Raphael notes that both fighters have gained more attention since their first meeting, making this rematch a high-profile event with bigger stakes. Fans are eager to see if Davis can secure a clear victory, or if Roach can prove that he truly belongs at the top of the division. With all the hype, this rematch is shaping up to be one of the biggest fights of the year.
You counter a counter puncher, you punch the counter open. You want to know who was great at doing that? Shane Mosley. Bam, 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 boom. He was great at that. He was doing it with Floyd. Bam, boom, 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 bam. Not just wait and then hit you. Not just jab and then hit you. No, bam, 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 bam. Whoop, bam, punch him over. I've seen Roy Jones do it. Tank up his activity, boom, 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 and then force Lamont to counter, yeah, bam. That's how you do it. That's how Tank is probably going to do it. Because Tank is...
In a recent discussion, boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult suggested that Gervonta Davis might use advanced counterpunching techniques, similar to those used by the legendary Shane Mosley. This strategic shift could be key in how Davis approaches the rematch against Roach, potentially changing the dynamics of the fight.
Okay. Who do you think?
Tank. My favorite Tank. I think that was the greatest performance of Lamont Roach's career. I'm not taking nothing from him, but I think that's his ceiling. I think that was Tank's floor that night. Phenomenal fighters, both of them, but there's levels within this game, and I think Tank's just a level above.
What differences do you think Tank, what is he going to do different in your mind? You said that Tank's floor.
He's not going to sleep on him. He's not going to sleep on him. I don't think we had a locked-in Tank. He was talking to cornermen and the phantom knee or the phantom knockdown and all that. I don't really think he was mentally all there. Physically, Tank is what Tank is. He's in the prime of his life, 30, was he 30 now? Yeah. So he's in his prime physically, but mentally, he's arguing with his corner in between rounds. I think that's where he got to lock in a little bit more.
Decision or stoppage?
That boy got a chin, man. He showed me that Roach got a chin, man. So I'll go UD, unanimous decision.
Boxing analyst Justin Palmieri believes Davis is likely to win the rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. He argues that Roach's performance in their first fight was the best he's ever been, while Davis wasn't fully focused. Palmieri suggests that when Davis is fully prepared, he will show why he's a superior fighter. He sees the rematch as an opportunity for Davis to fix his mistakes and dominate the fight, using his power, skills, and experience. Palmieri expects a rematch to be very different from their first encounter, with Davis leaving no doubt about his superiority.
Guys, Eddie here is about to say that Lamont Roach should have won that first fight. Also that by his performance, he set himself up with the rematch with Tank. We know that's going down. But also, if Roach would have beat Tank, Eddie says that he would have then put forced in a corner to fight Shakur. Now, it's a fight we really haven't spoken about. Hypothetically, does Roach beat Tank in the rematch? And what sort of fight would Roach versus Shakur be? Let me know.
He should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So, yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter. It won't be easy.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has weighed in on the situation, stating that had Davis won decisively against Roach, he could have moved on to a fight with Shakur Stevenson. However, the draw has forced a rematch, putting other potential matchups on hold. Hearn emphasizes that resolving the ongoing rivalry between Davis and Roach is now a priority.
I know something funny. When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I said, oh shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
Lamont Roach Jr. recently revealed a conversation he had with Gervonta Davis during their first fight, where Davis told him, they ain't going to give it to you. This remark suggested that Davis felt the judges would favor him no matter how Roach performed. Roach acknowledged that, in boxing, high-profile fighters often get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to scoring. His comments highlight the challenges of facing big stars, where politics can sometimes overshadow talent. Roach also pointed out that to secure a win over a superstar, you often need a knockout.
Listen, you guys are going to love this. I mean, these young guys, they go by city limits. They absolutely showed out on this. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. I'm not going to ramble too much. As always tag the original creators so you guys can go back, follow them, and support everything that they do. But without further ado, I want you guys to hear this. They're amazing.
Do me a favor, Mr. Undertaker, man. Please drive slow. Please drive slow. That's my mother. 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 Oh, I can remember. That's my mother. My mother. That's my mother. My aching head. That's my mother. My mama used to tell me. That's my mother. And my little baby. That's my mother. Oh, that's my mother. That's my mother. That she hauled into the grave.
Listen, I want to bring back that last little part again, if I could, y'all. I want to bring back that last little part because, oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all heard, I don't know if y'all caught that, but listen.
That's my mother. And my little baby. That's my mother. Oh, that's my mother. That's my mother. that you hold
She had
to
tears in
the
her
grave.
Listen, that is the end of the video. I do not know if there's more, but City Limits, if y'all see this and there's more, send it to me because I would love to react to the full thing. But without further ado, again, that is City Limits. It's All You Can Sing It To. As always, I always tag the original creators so you guys can go follow and support everything that they do. But at this time, I'm officially out. Thank you.
Gervonta Davis is eager to secure a rematch with Lamont Roach as soon as possible, with May being a possible date. After their controversial draw, Davis knows his reputation is on the line and wants to prove his abilities. The first fight left many wondering if Davis truly dominated, and he sees this rematch as his chance to silence any doubts. With so many top contenders in the lightweight division, Davis knows he needs to make a statement by facing Roach again. This is his chance to reaffirm his status as one of the best.
Wasn't wilding like usual, right?
Yeah.
And the rematch, he'll be able to prove himself. I don't really believe there was a reason to call out a knockdown if you don't call Roach's shit a knockdown as well. They both was on the knee, pause. They both took a knee. So it cancels each other's out. It's either both are knockdowns or none. And neither are. So what we talking about?
Nah,
They definitely hate Tank. That part is a fact.
Nah,
I don't. I'm saying
not
in
saying
general.
us.
In general.
I'm just saying like couldn't wait.
He got to Mayweather level where people hate him.
We do well enough. People do look for you
Success breeds
to.
that.
Yeah, that's good.
Success breeds that. When you
That's a
it's
fact.
either they love you or they hate you. There's no in betweens. No longer indifferent for you because everyone knows you. You know what I'm saying? You selling out the Barclays and shit like that. Niggas was there specifically for a knockout.
That was-
we don't get what we want.
Yeah.
Mind you, that was the most they ever sold in the Barclays. Most tickets they
Ever in
sold.
life.
Yeah.
Ever in life.
Yeah.
Of course.
He broke a
Yeah.
record in the Barclays.
He
think
does that for every arena he fights in. You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
dope. I know.
But people are there for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's how fast the world turns on you. It's kind of corny.
Love you and they hate you and they love you again.
And when this shit drops in the comments, oh yeah, y'all niggas love to, and that's fine, whatever, man. But anybody that's that successful, you know what I'm saying, especially in that realm of shit that they can't accomplish,
yeah,
they expect greatness and excellence.
A rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is looking more and more likely. Davis has shown strong interest in the fight, but the exact timing is still up in the air, while Davis has other potential opponents. Facing Roach again will allow him to settle their rivalry and reaffirm his dominance in the division. Their first fight ended in controversy, making the rematch even more significant for both fighters. With Davis eager to prove himself and Roach looking to build on his momentum, this fight could be a defining moment in their careers. Fans are eagerly awaiting official confirmation of the rematch. Okay, that's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time,